Each column is a routine that's based on like a dream outcome. So if I want to be that person, these are the things that I have to do. A routine app that actually helps you develop routines you love, especially if you hate being told what to do and you've never really been able to consistently stick to a schedule before. What up? So today, instead of telling you the random thoughts that have been floating around in my brain, I do something different and show you the app that I started working on. Right now I'm just designing it, like the UI, the layout and stuff. I haven't started coding it, but I got a good like first draft that looks kind of cool. I think I'm kind of excited about. So I just wanted to show it and also show, like, I made a list of like the features that I think are important that I would like to have, and just like the main screens in the app or whatever. And it's a routine app. It's an app to help me do the consistent things that I need to do and want to do to make my dreams happen. Not necessarily a to-do app, like just like a list of chores or errands or things I need to do, but specifically like for routines, like the consistent things that I want to do on a daily or weekly basis. And I've really struggled with routine stuff in the past, and I haven't really found a good app that's been able to help me, except for one, but it's not on web, it's not on desktop. And there are some things that I would change about it. So I thought, like, maybe I can make my own. And if I can make something that helps me, hopefully it can help other people too. So this is the screen that the only screen I've designed so far. But I think it looks cool. The way I have it organized is like each column, like each list is a routine that's based on like a dream outcome. So like, instead of thinking about it as like, this is my morning routine, or like, this is my gym routine or something, it's from the perspective of the dream person that I want to be. And that dream person does certain consistent things in order to make themselves that person. Like, that person has certain traits and actions that they do consistently, routine. So if I want to be that person, these are the things that I have to do. And the way I was thinking about it is like a dream and a protocol. Like, if my dream is to be a successful YouTuber, then like I'll upload a short every day maybe, or I'll upload a gaming vid on Tuesdays and a storytelling talking head video on Mondays or something like that. Or like, if I want to be someone who's healthy and hygienic, I'll brush my teeth in the morning, I'll put on deodorant, I'll do an affirmation, I'll take my multivitamin, I'll brush and floss at night. Like, and it doesn't include everything like showering and taking my dog out and like things. It doesn't include the things that I feel like I don't need help doing consistently, although it could, just to have like a complete picture here. But for like, in my mind, like the way I would use it is to just put in the things that I need help with. One important thing that I wanted to add was like a skip or like a snooze button for every task, like every thing in the routine that doesn't shame you. Like, it's not like red. I don't want it to feel bad to skip things, because for me, like, it's important to be realistic. And the way my mind works, I don't always have the energy to do all the shit in my routine. And I don't want an app that like shames me when I miss something, or if I like just I don't fucking feel like doing it. I don't think shame is a good motivator for change. Related to that, I wanted to have a feature for separate versions of each routine, like each protocol. Like maybe like a version for your ideal day when you have the most energy and you're like ready to hit your shit, and like this is like the ideal routine. And then like a version, like version B for like probably the most likely routine, like on a normal day when you're not gonna fucking roll out of bed and like chop, like hit everything. And then a version for like the minimal routine where I roll out of bed and I'm like, I'm not fucking doing anything today. Like, what's the minimal thing that I want to do? And maybe that's nothing. Maybe that's just like feeding myself or taking care of myself. But I want to have the option in there for people who struggle with this like consistency, because they feel like if they don't hit their ideal routine every day, then they fail and they just like get off it completely. Because that's happened to me like more times than I can count. So this is the day view, like the view of a single day. I also wanted to have a week view, and I also like where you can see like just the big picture for the week, like, because some things you might not be doing every day, right? Maybe you're doing like 2 or 3 times a week. And I also wanted the day view to have not just this like list routine view, but also a schedule view. Like, if you want that, sometimes scheduling things, like seeing it on like a timeline or a calendar, like block view, stresses me out. But I think it could be cool to have that option if it's possible. Here, let me just show you, like, so before I even like started designing the UI for anything, just write down a list, a text list of like the important features that I think the app should have. Like, what's the point of the app? What does it do? Like, what's the core usefulness, like value proposition of the app? And then I usually write like what I think like the main views will be. Like, what are the main screens? So for this one, Dayflow, I don't know what the fuck to call it. It's just, I usually give it like a temporary name or like a code name, so I can like name the files something, and I don't have to get stuck on coming up with a name, because naming things is really important for me, and I always like I always get hung up on that. So anyway, this is just a code name, Dayflow. But the goal is, as you can see, a routine app that actually helps you develop routines you love, especially if you hate being told what to do and you have never really been able to consistently stick to a schedule before. It allows you flexibility to stop using it and realizes that your worth does not come from your productivity. Like, these are just like personal values that I have, right? And I think if the app can reflect that, it will be useful for people, because I feel like this kind of app would be useful for me. I don't want it to shame you for missing stuff, and I want it to be flexible. Oh yeah, so I want you to be able to disable and enable entire routines or just specific tasks at will. Like, you know, sometimes you're not on the gym train anymore, you're not on the multivitamin wagon, or like you stop taking your supplements or whatever. And I think that's fine. That's totally okay. And I want to just like feel fine about enabling and disabling things when I have the energy or interest in doing them. Custom reminders is really important to me too. Like, I would love, so I want this to be on web and on mobile, and I would love to be able to have custom like audio reminders or notifications for things, because I just ignore all the fucking notifications on my phone, bro. Like, it's too stressful to like look, like I just dismiss them. But I feel like if I had a voice notification, like if something like overrode my phone's silent setting and was like, yo, you want to go to the gym? You want to be nice to your heart, treat your body right, you want to take care of your body like it takes care of you? Hit up the gym, brother. Get your shoes on, get your water bottle, head out there and do something kind for yourself. Like, if like if it was like if my phone just said that to me, I'd be like, yeah, all right. At least that's the way I imagine it. Whether like, hopefully this is like feasible, like the technical feasibility of it. Like, I haven't really investigated like overriding a phone's like do not disturb setting or whatever, although I've seen apps that do it, so I feel like it's possible. But yeah, so this is like the list of main features that I want. A weekly view of tasks where each task is either assigned a time slot or not. It's just in the list, like a timeline view versus a routine view. I want tasks to be easily dragged and dropped around. Like, so I feel like I have, it's like a way to organize my mind, right? Like, I just need to drag and drop. I don't want to fucking open up an edit menu just to like change the day of a certain task. For some reason, that's important to me, even though maybe it doesn't seem like a big deal. I want the tasks to be organized by dreams, which are like big picture outcomes. And each dream has a protocol or protocols, like a set of daily and weekly tasks that the dream person does every day or week or whatever. Like I said, I want there to be different versions of protocols based on your energy level, like ideal versus likely versus minimal. Optional reminders for tasks could be notifications or custom audio, maybe speech to text. Like you could record your own notification, or maybe like, you know, have the speech to text program talk to you. You can disable it or enable protocols or reminders at any time. I would like to have, well, it's kind of like the mock-up that I showed where it's just like everything takes up the whole screen. I want like a reminder to, you know, like come across the screen and be big and attention grabbing, because like my ideal workflow for this is to just like dedicate a monitor to it, basically. Like, I just want up there to be a view of my shit like when I want it, but I don't want to get bored of looking at it or like, you know, stop noticing it because it's always in my view. So I want like, you know, things to catch my eye or change colors or something. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I think it would be cool maybe to integrate like a focus timer for certain tasks. Like if you want a task to just like pop up a timer for you to focus on it, that could be cool. It's kind of like a nice to have, not necessarily like a core feature. Changing colors for tasks on the day view, yeah, just to make them noticeable. Related to that, I thought like it'd be nice to have themes, like so like not just this dark theme, right? Like, but like light themes or different colors, or and maybe like custom themes. Like maybe people could make their own themes, because I feel like if the interface is interesting, like it actually contributes like a fair amount to like whether I like and want to use the app. And I don't want it to get boring, and I want to be able to like change it up. I think that could be cool. I mean, obviously it's like a nice to have. It's not like a make or break feature, but I think it's still pretty important. I thought it would be cool. This is another kind of stretch idea. Like I just like list up like the ideas that I think are cool or could be important, like regardless of whether, you know, they're possible or like whether it's version 1, version 2, or version never. Maybe I'll get bored and like never make this. But anyways, I thought it would be cool to have like context workflows for your reminders so that reminders are always triggered at the right time when you can do something about them. This seems like hard to me. I don't know how you could like figure this out and do all these integrations, but like for me, the best time to see a reminder is when I'm not doing something else so that I can actually do something about it. Because if I'm doing something else and I see a reminder, I'm just like, yeah, okay, but I can't do that right now. So I'm going to finish doing this and then, you know, whatever, maybe I'll get to that, but I don't. Like, so I feel like if I could see them when I could do something about them, it'd be a lot better. I don't know how to figure that out. Like maybe like a series of like if then stuff. Like this is just like an inspiration screenshot that I found on Dribble. Whenever I design like a UI for an app, I love to look up just like a bunch of other similar UIs on Dribble or ArtStation or Behance or whatever, and just like get inspired by that and see what other cool like UI design choices people have made. And I just like this like flow chart kind of interface where you could maybe say like, you know, like if it's evening and if like my phone location says I'm at home, then like send me this reminder or whatever. Like it seems a little bit iffy. I'm not sure still how to make it so that I get reminders when exactly I can do something about them, but you know, it's an idea to put down. Could be cool to have someday. Yeah, like I said, I want tasks and protocols to be skippable and pausable without shame. I thought it might be cool to have like an optional plugin to tie in like an avatar and item economy around your tasks, kind of like Finch, if you have heard of that. It's like a routine or to-do app, or like the old Gaia Online, which is like you could build your little avatar and buy items for it and stuff. Or like Habitica, you know, if you've used that, it's like a to-do list RPG app for building habits. Like you level up your character and you get different gear and you go on quests or whatever. I thought it might be cool, like not necessarily that it's like a main feature, but if the app could have plugins where I could create or other people could create like entire like custom experiences around it. I mean, that would be dope. That's obviously like a huge investment of time and resources, but I mean, we're just spitballing here. We're freeballing. Yeah, it would be dope. Obviously, so like I want it to be on mobile and I want it to have a widget so that it's like it could always be on my home screen or whatever, so I can always be reminded of it and have a view of like my shit. And I thought it might, I mean, like I want the focus to be on routine for now, but in the future maybe like it could have like a to-do integration that could be a plugin maybe. And I really like, this is like a screenshot that I got from Dribble as well. I really like this design. I might use this like for the week view actually, like when I do that mock-up, because I just think it looks super clean. But like you can see there's like a sidebar of to-dos, and you could potentially like drag them to different like slots on the calendar. And I really like that. I think that'd be cool. Also, this looks sick as fuck. I love the like dark bar over here, the light bar over here, and like this like pastel brown kind of. Yeah, I just think that looks super sick. I'd love to make something like exactly like this. But you know, it's not, I don't want to-dos to be the main focus. Right now, I think routine is more important to me. And these are just like things that people might like would do in the app. So like when you first are getting set up, like you would add your dreams, you'd add protocols for each dream, which is like the tasks. And then these are things you would do not only when you're joining, but like, you know, throughout using the app. So it's like getting reminders for stuff, checking off things that are completed, snoozing or skipping things, pausing things, switching viewing modes, creating new tasks, reminders, protocols, dreams, blah, blah, blah. Basically just like using the app. I'm sure there's stuff I missed in there based on like all the features that I listed, but it's just like a basic idea of what you would do, what using the app is like. And then this is just a list of like the views. So like there's the today view, which can switch between like timeline and routine view mode. And then there's the weekly view. There's like a full screen reminder UI, maybe a focus timer view for specific tasks, a view for like editing a task, so where you can like set up reminder times or record reminder audio, stuff like that. And then a settings view where you can just, you know, change settings of the app, like the theme or like your account settings or whatever the fuck, you know. And yeah, that's basically, that's where I'm at so far. I think this is like a decent draft of the day view. It's like not complete, like, you know, there's nothing in the footer and like whatever. There's probably some other stuff that could be here, but I think it's a good starting place. And I like to do like maybe a mock-up for the weekly view, and also a mock-up for the schedule view of this day mode. And then probably like the settings view or whatever. But and then I don't know. And then I could start coding up a prototype, I guess. Yeah. I don't know if this is like interesting, or I'm sure people like, whatever, if you make apps, then you probably do it differently than I do. This is just like a flow that I usually get into, which is like writing out the list of features that I want and looking up UI inspiration on Dribble, and then just like mocking up something basic in Figma, which is like an online, that's this website, this like online UI design shit in your browser, which is really dope. Yeah, and I'm excited to keep working on this. It took me a while to get like just this rough draft mock-up to a place where I was excited about. But I think it looks pretty cool, and yeah, I'll keep working on it, and I'll post updates as and when I design new screens or make progress or abandon it entirely for some other project of fancy. But yeah, that's all I got for you today. If you made it this far, thank you. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you being here. And if you have any ideas or thoughts about like what the app could be, or if you think it looks cool, or if you think it looks stupid, let me know. Well, don't let me know. Well, okay. Be nice when you let me know if you think it looks stupid. Be nice to yourself today, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.